What's good, Pack Nation? What is good? Let's give you all a little bit of time to get in here, and we're going to talk about this. It's wild. So look, I gave you all some time to process everything. What's up, Robert? I got a whole lot of pushback on me comparing Wade's first year to Kevin Keats, right? Because we know we were pretty much tired of Keats. And I'm not going to spend this time doing any comparison on that. But I will say, our coach, we hired the best press conference coach available in the country, hands down. He is elite at saying good stuff in a press conference. Like, after you lose like this and continue to lose like this, you can only say it's on me. I haven't done this. Like, you can't continue to say your team is inconsistent. So, let's look at it. I mean, we started the year and it was, I have everything I need to be successful. We've got everything we need. Okay. It's a red reckoning. Okay. So then people want to tell me, look, he didn't know. He thought his team was going to be better than this. Okay. But his role as the coach is to get the most out of the team. And now he's saying that. It's went from they're inconsistent to I haven't been able to reach them. All right. Well, let's talk about with this team. It's only but so much that we can cover about how inconsistent they are and their lack of effort and all of that stuff. How much confidence do you have in him building next year's team and assessing players going forward? Because that Darian Williams pick was a huge miss. Like, it's cool to miss on the supporting cast. We thought our sixth man was going to be better. Okay, cool. But to miss on your number one option, whoo, man, that's a big miss. That's season changing right there. So we know next year we don't already have our number one option. So he's going to have to do this again. Right? And what confidence do you all have that he's going to get it right this time? Because he got it so wrong. I mean, yikes, wrong. So I'm going to tell you myself, I don't have a lot. I know everybody's like, oh, he's the guy. He's the guy. I'm not saying he's not the guy. But for what he wants to do in building, he wants a dog, like one guy that can go get him a bucket and then put everybody else around him. That's Wade's style. He doesn't like this balanced scoring thing. If you didn't know that, he doesn't want this next year. He wants one guy he can give the ball, that can stop runs and just get a bucket when the team need one. And he thought Darian was that guy. How y'all feeling? Let me see what we talking about over here, because for me personally, I don't have much confidence in him finding that guy and really going after that guy. He missed big this time. All right. Apathetic at this point, man. Hard to be motivated to watch. Yeah, it is. we're in the ACC tournament and we get the bye and we may get our rematch against Stanford. And look, I was at the game and I thought my man was going to go for 40. I'm not going to lie. Like I told my wife, I was like, okay, he's on pace. He's got like 26 right now. It's early in the second half. Yeah, he can definitely get 40. I'm surprised that he didn't. Or maybe he just chose not to because he really could have kept killing us. We had no answer. It is tough to watch. And unfortunately, I don't even expect to win anymore. That's bad, I know. I'm at this game like I'm not normally if we lose, I'm bothered, right? It can ruin my day. I don't know about you, but it can really ruin my day, at least a couple of hours. But this one, I was like, hey, what we going to do next? Because, I wasn't emotionally invested. Like, I can't be at this point because I sort of know what we're going to get. I'll be surprised if they make it for an ACC tournament based on how they've been doing. Yeah, we could lose first game. We could absolutely lose first game. Robert, let's see. I think it's year one. I'll never give up after year one. We will see. No, I'm not at a point. I want to be clear. Thank you for this comment, Robert. I am in the moment, okay? I am mad about right now. Again, Wade could still be our guy. And him bouncing back next year will really go a long way in proving that he is our guy. If he comes back and none of this mess happens next year and we have a team that's consistent, we know what we're going to get, we got our number one option is consistent, then we can say, all right, let's go. The Red Reckoning was a little premature, but now we're good to go. But I don't have a lot of confidence in him building next year's squad. And I will have zero confidence in what he says preseason. I think that's fair because my man's going to tell us what we want to hear. He's going to try to raise that money. He's going to try to keep the fan base hype. And coach, your word isn't really worth much right now, at least to me. Like, you're doing a lot of talking. It was Rev Reckoning, which we know was not it. Have everything I need, which doesn't seem to be the case. Darian Williams is a damn good player. We're lucky to have him. Coming in hot there, coach. Coming in real hot. Like, there's probably some other cats we could have got that did better. Especially, we're not even going to talk about him, getting all the bread. So, and right now it's like, oh, you're not doing enough. Well, that don't really give me a lot of confidence in you as a coach. If you're telling me you can't get the guys where they need to be and get them playing consistently and get the most out your players, like, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I'd love to have like that Tom Izzo type thing where, you play a hard schedule early, and then by the end of the year, your team is just good and they can beat anybody. Like, that's what I thought we were doing. Oh, we had some early losses, but we're getting better. Run off 6 straight. And to see this fall off is wild. Let's see. Yeah, hope he does better next season. But at this point, I don't know if good player will buy into his words. That's a good point. Let's talk about how he's going to recruit going forward. Like, to tell a player, you got a few things to lean on. It was year one. We had some guys who were maybe playing for themselves or yada, yada. Like, you're really going to have to do some damage control. If you want to get a player that comes here because of the coaching relationship or style of play or something like that, he's probably going to end up getting a player that just cares about the money, right? We have enough money that we can still get a star if he picks the right star. The downside to that is, do we get like some Darian Peterson type stuff where he's just like, look, I'm here for my bag. I'm not going to play hard today. Like, I'm so scared of that in college basketball going forward because finding a player that is all in and it's not about money is going to be tough at this point. Especially for a team like us that's trying to build and we're not like a blue blood or anything like that. So hopefully we find a diamond in the rough. A kid that's really trying to prove himself that has to be like, yo, I'm trying to get to the NBA. I need that situation. I think I have the skill set. And he's, proven enough. He just got to get out of somebody's shadow, which that's sort of like what we chased this time. We tried to get Darian out of somebody's shadow, and he should have been in the shadows. Like, that's his spot. He doesn't like the bright lights. So hopefully we don't miss on that again. So depressing to think about that. Trey, losing the last 4 games of the season, I'm way past down with Will and this team. I feel you, Trey. Like, the team, yeah. I mean, it's frustrating because the team had so much potential, right? Like, I rock with Quadir, but that turnover at the end of the game, it crushed me. It's like, I saw that he cared that he turned that ball over. He was distraught after doing it. I understand, but it still hurt me to be like, yo, like, well, why? And I mean, he probably turned it over because you could throw it to Van Allen. I mean, not Van Allen. You wanted to get the ball to Van Allen, but you could throw it to Darian, but you don't want to because he's ice cold. Right? As the point guard, it's like, yo, who gives me a better shot? Let me get to somebody else. Like, I don't care how open you are. I wouldn't have passed it to him either. I mean, I'm not done. Like, if the boys could still go on a run, right? We've been like this before. They could figure it out and band together and just, go on this huge run. It's highly unlikely, but it could happen. I just, yeah. Now, the Wade part, I'm not done with him. I'm just done with hearing what he got to say. At this point, it's show me, right? I'm done hearing about what he got to talk about. At the radio show, he answered my questions. I didn't even go. I just filled out the little form on my phone and was like, look, I'll send it. Let's see if they skip over me again. He answered him. He knew I wasn't there, so he was like, where's Gary? Y'all knew. They knew I was not there. But his talk, I'm just off of it. For this going forward, it's entertainment. His post game is like me watching reality TV. It's just, for giggles, because he's not talking about much at all, and he's not doing anything he says he's going to do in these post games. Steven, metrics are a byproduct of the game. The game is not a byproduct of the metrics. Metrics painted a false narrative of D-Dub's ability. Hope Wade learns from this. Man, we haven't talked about metrics in a while. You're right, Steven. Like, he leaned so hard into those metrics from these guys having, all this experience in NCAA games and how much more experience we have than all these other teams playing in the tournament. And I mean, we're going to find out if that matters at all. Right now, it seems like it was just some fluff, and how much Darian contributes to winning. And when you look at the numbers, I'm like, listen, man. Oh, and then the 3-point shooting, he came in giving up all the threes. And I feel like now it's still a lot of the same. It was blatant before, like Kansas, letting these guys just shoot and get hot. It's continued to be. We just let people shoot. Like, it's a pattern. He's even said it. If you're having a bad shooting streak, you want to see State come in the building because we're going to make sure that you get hot, which is crazy. I really thought with this team, with us being small inside and having big guards, that our deficiency would be you kill us in the paint, right? Not from 3. You drive, get in the paint. We don't have the height to stop you, and you just kill us inside. That you can look at, and it makes sense. Oh, you got one dude playing your center that's 6'8", 6'9", roughly. Like, I get why you're getting killed inside. Oh, you claim you don't have bigs. You're not going to play Scotty Abube, who's bigger, who at least try to block something. So, yeah, you're getting killed inside. But instead, we're getting killed from 3, and your guards average like 6'5" to 6'5", 6'6", even 6'7" sometimes. Like, what are we doing? It doesn't make any sense. And you got little guards killing you too. Yeah. It doesn't give you much confidence in coaching, no matter what type of roster he get. I need him to see him do better. Like right now, it's tough. Let's see. You all coming in hot with the comments. I want to mess up your name. Hope it's Duvall. Just hope he learns a lot from this season on roster building and how to build a team that can compete and has the will to win. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Do you think NIL deals should be tied to game-by-game performance? At times, it feels like some players are more focused on NIL than giving their full effort on the field or on the court. Absolutely. Listen, this is a great point. If we would set our NIL up to be like, since the NIL is name, image, and likeness. So to put performance-based things in there, I don't know how that works, right? But it makes sense. So you don't have people pulling the Darren Peterson and just choosing when to play, when not to play. Oh, I'm hurt. I'm not hurt. Like, you need to play a certain number of games. You get a paycheck. I don't know if this is like this now, but it needs to be like, oh, you get paid, every 3 games or something else like that, weekly, whatever. It's the NIL. Missing with Darren Williams is just painful. It's so painful. And when I see him and he's just so laid back and cool, and I watch him in his last game and I'm like, dude, you killing us. Oh, I don't know if y'all saw. He took this 1-3. Wade was so hot. But guess what? He ain't take him out. So that's another thing for me. Are we so committed to our is there a minutes thing that's been added into this NIL where they're like, oh, we're going to guarantee you a certain number of minutes? Because he played over 30-something minutes. Why? I don't know. He really was not contributing enough to play that much. Like, he was hurting us more than helping us. I mean, when you look at it, 35 minutes. My man played 35 minutes. So for all the Wade supporters, let's talk about it. My man went 1 of 8 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. He had 5 rebounds. Let me put this in perspective for you. Matt Abel had 6. He had 5. He's supposed to be playing the 4. He had 5 rebounds. Oh, well, he was out there dishing it up, getting assists. He had 3. Now, it was the most on the team, but that ain't saying much. Like, I don't know why he played so much. That's wild. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about NIL right now because I just feel like Darian just keeps popping up in my head, and it's so sad. So sad. Keith Wilkins, it's a red wreck. Yep, all that preseason talk said the expectations high, and he ain't delivered. Show didn't at all. And the Jimmy V cosplay was a bad idea. Listen, I don't mind, some of this stuff he does. If he gets lucky, it can land well, right? It's just he came in so hot, talking so much junk. Like it'd be different if he had some years under his belt, and or maybe if he pulled out that Jimmy V thing after like a big win at Carolina or Duke, it'd be way more well received. Because then you're like, all right, you talking your junk. Cool. We want to brag also, so I get it. But when you come in hot like that, and then you're not him, you're not the big deal. Yeah, it's not as appetizing. So I get you. I feel you on that. Like I don't mind him doing stuff like that later on in his career after he's sort of more proven. I know people feel like he's proven at other stops, but I've said this in other content I produced. We don't know how much he was cheating before. Right. So I won't put much other than McNeese, no. But you know, he had better players than everybody else at that lower level. Now he don't have that. Now you really got to coach. So I'm like, we'll see how you do. We'll see how you do. Is it a kill? Honestly, the team is just slow. Their quickness is extremely poor. No one can get past their defender one-on-one. At the same time, no one can stop their one-on-one matchup from blowing by them. You're right. Now, look, he mentioned this year he went off skill, right? And I've said that ain't some bull because we don't have that much skill. I mean, we really don't, but whatever. Next year, he's going to try to mix that up with more athletes. Now, my concern is when you say something like that, that means you're going to get a bunch of dudes that can just jump high. But what's that going to do for you if we can't shoot anymore, right? So hopefully he really balances that and he gets some taller guys that can play in the paint. Like he's going to have to embrace having bigs. And if we keep Paul and Abel, neither one of them are locked down defenders. So he's got to go find himself someone that can really lock up. He's got to go find a couple. See, this is a great point because he wants to switch everything, right? So when you play this type of defense where even when you put Arsenal in the game, all they do is run picks until he's not on the person they want to score. So you've got to have a better defensive team overall. And I really want, for shooting purposes, Paul and Abel to come back. But that means we are going to have to deal with their lack of being fleet of foot on defense. Like, I don't think Paul's ever going to be a very good defender. He's going to be able to do enough to not embarrass himself and just get murdered every time down the court. Abel has a better chance. I believe he's a little bit more athletic. He has a better chance. But, yeah, if we can bring both of those back, that means your point guard has to be an elite defender. And then the other three have to be pretty good. That's a tall task. It's a tall task. I don't know, guys. No gaps are just a bunch of connectors and high efficiency guys. Yeah. Oh, Robert. Darian should have been benched long ago. Yeah, you're right, but we know that wasn't going to happen. Was not going to happen. Michael and Melanie, I'm just heartbroken for what a good opportunity we had until the Miami game. Even then, we were still in it. Just let go altogether. Yeah, you know, the way our team has crumbled down the stretch, it just shows that Wade, he was right about one thing. So far, I'm not saying that he's only been right about one thing, but he was definitely right about one thing. That edge he was talking about, we never had that. And I feel like he knew, like, yeah, I'm doing some talking right now. I'm covering some stuff up, but this team is not it. And he was seeing early on, all it takes is a little bit of I don't even know what you call it. I guess adversity for just them to break down and lose it all together. And the Miami game might have been, that might have been it. Like, I mean, we beat Carolina, and after that, I was like, okay, all right, they play like this, but it was just so much emotion in that game, and Carolina played bad. Like, they missed a lot of shots, so they sort of gave that one to us. But if this team has to fight and really dig down, they don't have it. They don't have it, which does not lead me to thinking we're going to do well in any type of tournament situation. Like, in most scenarios, when you have a senior-led team, you're dangerous come late in the season because everybody on that team that is a senior has realized this is it. And they play out of their minds. They're showing you stuff that you haven't seen in 3-4 years, and you're like, where has this been? We are not getting that from anybody. Like, anybody. If we just had one guy that was like, nah, this it. Like, I may not even play overseas, or, oh, I know that, I'm going across the ocean after this. Like, I know I'm never going to play in the U.S. again after this professionally. That would be enough to put us over in some of these games. But Quadir don't play like that. Trey don't play like that. Williams doesn't play like that. Lubin is just Lubin. He don't have any drop off, but he also don't have any like peaks. He's like just where he is, which I can't fault him for that. Like, hey, my man has been the most consistent player we've had. Like, we don't have a senior that is realizing that it's almost over. On senior night, these guys still didn't play like this is it. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Steven, you got to run 2 bigs in this conference. Yep. I would have loved to have seen Dean and Wilkins get a shot. D-Dub, lack of athleticism. It's mind-boggling. Listen, Steven, this dude, he's so unathletic. He doesn't have one dunk on the season. I don't know if he's ever dunked in his career, but he's to be that big and not be able to dunk is funny. At least, like, Barkley was an elite athlete. Like, he could jump, even though he was bigger. Darren can't jump. I see rebounds just go over his head. He's out of position, can't get a rebound. Like, the rebound almost has to land at his waist. He tried to go do a layup, can't, get his stuff blocked. Like, that man, yeah, that's tough. To think that he aired his name in the draft and was potentially trying to go to the NBA last year is just laughable. That means the NBA scouts or evaluators were like, listen, do this test for me. I mean, I bet his numbers were terrible. There's no way he can get in the NBA and be as unathletic as he is and inconsistent. There's no way. He's going overseas quickly. Put DJ Burns in the league before him easily. Because at least he's going to go get you a bucket. This guy's just out there. Keith made a good point. It's really good. Is he really a good coach or was he cheating? Yeah, the Medes team just had better players than anyone else in that league. We'll find out next year if he can coach. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Jay Clemens, I'm hoping Wade comes through long term, but right now I'm seeing troublesome signs of a program that won't be much different than what we've had in previous coaches. Let me stop here for a sec. You're right. So it's like, what are the signs, right? What are we seeing that is a problem? I mean, number one for me, he's not adjusting to the ACC. He's not adjusting in game. He's complaining about, and I'll explain what I mean by that. He's complaining about, we're not a good defensive rebounding team. Well, a lot of that has to do with the people you're putting on the floor, sir. So if you're concerned about defensive rebounding, play another person that can rebound. Okay. Well, I guess Musa can't do it, which is fine. I feel like they'd be better together if you put two people down there. Doesn't want to play Abube for some reason. Yes, he's afraid he's going to foul, but we foul anyway. So, all right, cool. You're not willing to do that. The preparation concerns me. The team always looking to the sideline, wondering what they're going to do next. You got a bunch of seniors on the court. That's concerning. And of course, the fact that your team is just faltering down the stretch of a season, that's the wrong time. Like, everybody knows you want to get better late in the year, not worse. It's like, yeah, I'm like, what are we doing in practice? Do we work on rebounding? Because in these games, it don't look like it. We just watch the ball go to the rim. There's no boxing out. We're just trying to out jump people. We don't have the athletes to do that. Yeah, you're right. It's bad. It's bad, but people, they're saying this. They're still supporting Wade. Yep. You can win when you're constantly being out rebounded. I don't are how many shooters you have. I'm not sure what you were saying right there. You can win when you're constantly being. Maybe that's you can't win when you're constantly being out rebounded. And I don't know or how many shooters you have. I don't care how many shooters you have. I think that's what you're trying to say. Yeah. You can't win when you're constantly being out rebounded, and I don't care how many shooters you have. I hear you on that. Russell, Gary, I thought the whole point of going 2-3 zone was to help get rebounds. I think so. I don't know that was what he was essentially trying to do, because it can be hard to rebound out of a zone. So I don't know if that's the case. It might have been, he went 2-3 against Duke because he was like, oh, try not to commit fouls, right? Go 2-3 when you feel like you can't keep people in front of you and you can't guard the ball one-on-one. So you're trying to keep people from driving into the paint and keep people out of foul trouble, especially a big, because it'd be harder to just throw the ball into the inside. Of course, that hasn't been effective. So it looks like, why are we even playing a 2-3 zone? Yeah. I don't know why we even played that against any other team. And I would leave that alone completely going forward. But we know him. He do his own thing. Robert, rebounding is effort more than size, and we lack effort, which is sad. Yeah. This is easily the worst team I've seen effort-wise in a long time. And I know y'all don't like Keats, but I have to say, this team's played hard, right? They may not have had the skill set. He may have put the wrong people in there. So a lot of it came down to, his decision-making. But one thing you weren't really looking at was we didn't play hard. Like, we could get back in games, and then we couldn't drop a play to win. Okay, cool. Now we just don't fight. And this team is just not it. They're not it. And honestly, if Wade had won a lot with this team down the stretch, I wouldn't have given the props to the players. I would have been like, oh, he coaching his butt off. Because you could see that they've been all over the place all year. Inconsistent, as he said. If he had got them to turn the corner, yeah, he would have got all my props. I wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, this is the guy. But now he just seemed like, another coach that we hired that is. We do have the best talking coach in the country, though. Like, hands down. Hey, he can talk. That's for coaching. That's still up for debate. Still up for debate. Like, guys, the way it's playing out is we get Pitt or Stanford in the tournament, right? We beat Pitt. I don't have the confidence we could beat Pitt again. Is that wrong? Like, I should feel confident that we could beat Pitt. They're at the bottom of the conference. I used to feel early in the season we beat up on teams that we're supposed to, and we beat them bad. That's what we did. Like Florida State before they started playing better. Even early on, other teams at other conferences, VCU, Liberty, all those teams that we were supposed to beat by 10, 15. I had videos. I was like, we're going to beat them by 30. And I was off. It'd be 40. And I'm like, okay, all right, coach, I'll see you. And then all of that just went away. And that's the only reason we still potentially projected to be in the tournament is because of how bad we beat teams early and they helped our metrics, right? We have teams that we beat that are playing well late in the year, but we're the opposite. We're playing bad late in the year, and I hope they don't punish us too much for that. But I don't have confidence in this first game of the ACC. And if we play Stanford again, we already know we can't do anything with this dude, Corey, like the point guard. We need that point guard to have an off game. We're going to need the other team to not play well. I do not have confidence we're going to cause them to not play well and beat a team. And then after that, let's just talk about that. If we beat whoever we play that first game, after that, we got to go play Virginia. Okay? And we know how that's going to go. Like 25-30. He already said, we can't beat the teams at the top of the league. Put that in his team's head. They're better than us. They get coached better than we do. So not only do they have the better team, they're a bad matchup, and their coach is better than ours, says our coach. Yeah, it's going to be yeah. So, we looking at maybe 2 more games. It's gonna be a trip. But I'm gonna do an ACC tournament pick. I'm gonna pick the teams who I think are gonna go win in the tournament. I'm gonna do a pick for the March Madness. I'll do that with y'all, and we can talk that out and let y'all know where I'm thinking on each matchup. I am doing the ESPN. So if you go to that, you will see, you go look for the group Packin With Gary. We'll have that up in there, the men's tournament challenge. So it's up now. So we'll do that. Y'all still here? Let me know if you're still here, because I think there's a Carolina fan that's running the power company, because they really don't like when I'm live. Let me know if you're still here and that you can hear me. Okay, y'all aren't saying anything, so I don't know if you can hear me or not. Just give me a comment, yes or no, if you can hear me. Let's put some respect on Kevin Keith's name. He won an ACC championship to continue to the Final Four. Keith, people don't want to do that. They do not want to do that. Give me a moment here. Let's see what's going on with our post. Okay, so I think you all can see and hear me, even though you're not able to comment. So hopefully that comes through for you. Well, so you're a better man than me, Gary. Let's see. No way I could do. Oh man, Mindset Monday. You know what? Last week I couldn't do Mindset Monday, but I am going to try this week. Okay, I'm going to try to get a Mindset Monday. It may be a short, right? Like I'm not sure how long it's going to be, but I'm going to figure something out. Because I'm going to find the positive. It was just tough last week, but this week, like I said, my expectations were not as high, so it allows me to formulate something this time. Okay, but since I'm not hearing from you all, I think what I will do is I will end this live now, since they want to cut me off anyway, and we will talk soon. What you all can do is, like I said, you can join the bracket Packin with Gary. Please like, subscribe, or share the content. Be ready for our lives coming up this week as we discuss the ACC tournament and how our team is doing or lack thereof. And I'll talk with y'all soon. Go back.